In this battle, we are taking on King Creeper Boom, and you can see, as always, this is a generic legendary team. Like, really, the people in this game a lot of times just get carried by using Ubers. Like, they don't even have skill. They just, like, get a PvP legendary, Adamant or Jolly, full attack investment, full speed investment, Groudon, Kyogre, Mega Rayquaza, and then, like, two other legendaries and maybe like one starter. Like, that's like literally every team in this game, and I hate to see it so much. Like, I hate it because, like, especially when you're trying to use Pokemon like Bruxish. Like, I hate pronouncing that too. I love the Pokemon, but the pronunciation is difficult. Like, I don't know, I keep tripping because of the way, like, you gotta change the syllables and whatnot. But like with Bruxish, it's gonna get one shot by Earthquake or by T-Bolt from, or I mean Thunder from Kyogre, or even Dragon Claw. Like, there's nothing you can really do. Now, truth be told, this is a fully viewer requested team. Of course, I'm gonna have the comments posted so you guys can see which Pokemon were viewer requested and which weren't. Now, of course, I did add a bit of balance to this team. Glasscore is there because, like, without Glasscore, the whole team is going to get destroyed by anything with Earthquake and Rock Slide. So Glasscore can actually switch in on those, although I feel like there's a lot of weight on it though, because it's going to have quite an important job. Ideally, I would have balanced it out a bit more, but I also wanted to really just include a lot more of your requested Pokemon. Now, Armaldo 2 is not a viewer requested Pokemon, but I figured that it could benefit from some screen time, especially since it actually gets rapid spin, so it'd be a fun rapid spinner to use and try out. Really not the most ideal Pokemon, because I mean Aggron and Glasscore kind of do a similar task, but it doesn't hurt to have it there, and I might switch it out later. But I actually do enjoy using it. So anyways, I started off with the Lantern because it has Volt Switch, it has Toxic, it's got Scald, it's got Recover. It's supposed to be bulky. Now, against a meta like this with full teams of legendaries, it's not that bulky. It's gonna get one shot by a +1 Dragon Claw, even just a unboosted Earthquake from Groudon. There's literally, I mean, it's not that good in this meta. I hate to say it, and it's tough because Lantern is a really cool Pokemon, and I would really like to use it more, but it's just like, if you want to actually have a chance of not getting destroyed, you have to use other Pokemon. This is not worth investing into, since even with like a full PvP set, everything right, it's not good. It's not good at all with all these legendaries running around. So anyways, I literally have no choice but to Toxic here. Like, literally, him going for Dragon Dance is a kill switch if he has the right moveset, because this team literally can't do anything. I mean, Dragon Claw, Dragon Ascent, Weak Ray, Earthquake, something like that. That combination would probably clean through most of my team, because I mean, like, it's just not that that powerful, especially since none of them are like really OU or anywhere up there. It is kind of just a mix of everything. Like, we got PU, NU. I think UU for Aggron, RU for Goodra. I don't know where Armaldo is. I guess Glasscore is the only OU guy there, but I mean, he's necessary for the team to not get destroyed. And I probably do need to go in and change things up so it's actually got some more balance. Like, Lantern was supposed to be kind of just like an overall wall and a pivot with a wall switch. Bruxish, I'm so sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing that, especially this time in the morning. Well, Brux, because I've actually been staying up like all night, so this is like probably the last thing I want to do today. But anyways, that's supposed to be an attacker with Choice Band. I probably should switch it out for Choice Scarf and Jolly, so it can actually be speed control, or maybe something else in its place. But I thought it'd be a lot of fun to try out. Now, of course, against these legendaries, it's not a lot of fun because it's gonna get one shot, but that's that. So anyways, on the first attack, of course, he's gonna get that BS factor. Like, literally everybody using those legendaries also happen to have the best luck. I hate it. Like, it's just so annoying. Like, I'm pretty sure Lantern would have lived, maybe on low HP, but it would have lived, because there's no way it gets one shot. You can see right here, I do got the full 220 defensive investment. I mean, I guess not full, but that's still a lot. I mean, I guess though, at the same time, I mean, Lantern has like terrible base stats, so I can't be surprised, but I'm still confident it would have lived. So I would have been able to get a recover off and probably get some more poison damage on him. But unfortunately, I don't get that luxury, so it is what it is. So anyways, on the Rayquaza here, I really had no other choice but to go into Aggron. It makes a lot of sense because the steel typing will counter both of his stab attacks, Flying and Dragon. Now, he probably does have Earthquake or Weak Ray. You would assume that, at least in most Rayquazas that are PvP. Now, a lot of times though, you can get lucky if, you know, the player you're playing against does not have a PvP trained Pokemon or a fully PvP trained Pokemon. Like, I'm assuming that this Rayquaza might have had the EVs, but he might have not had the nature. So like that way, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, or the moveset. So, you know, I'm not gonna get fully discombobulated. But there are people in the scene that have, you know, the full setup going. Like, they got, you know, Rock Polish or Dragon Dance or Calm Mind, or I even know, man, like the full moveset, the right natures, the right typing, you know, everything. So anyways, here on the Dragon Claw, I actually set up a Stout Rock. Now, I wouldn't say that's the wisest choice. I was kind of just doing it because, you know, I was like, meh. I mean, at this point, like, I mean, if he's gonna sweep, he's gonna sweep. I mean, I guess I could have, Heavy Slam would have made a lot more sense if he had Earthquake or Weak Ray, but like, I was kind of, I even know that was, I just felt like going for Stout Rock, so I did go for Stout Rock. That's like the only justification I got. So anyways though, now he's gonna pull out the Xerneas on the Heavy Slam. Questionable move right here. I personally would not make a mistake like that, but that's a-okay because, you know, I definitely will take that. And unfortunately, that is underwhelming damage right there. I actually expected better from Aggron, especially since it's supposed to have a really good attack stat. I'm pretty sure it's like base 140. I don't remember. No, actually it's 110, or no, I'm pretty sure that's pre-mega evolution, so it's supposed to be like 140 or something, maybe not 140, but something at least acceptable. So anyways, the reason though I did pull up that EB stat spread was because I wanted to showcase the fact that this does in fact have special defense investment. In fact, that's literally the majority of its investment. I probably personally would have added more in the physical defense side, but, you know, actually against like a Pokemon like Xerneas, I can actually see why having that special defensive investment will actually go quite a long way. And, you know, at some point in the future, I might change out one of these moves for, like, you know, recover. I mean, not recover, rest. I think that's the only recovery move he gets, which is unfortunate, but I think it would be worth it on Aggron since I really don't have that many, like, actually bulky walls that I could reliably bring in during the game. So anyways, the Sceptile is going to come out here, and to be honest, I really should have just swapped out here. Goodra would have been an easy switch in, but, you know, I wasn't, you know, processing correctly, probably because it was really early in the morning, and I was like, well, I got Fire Punch and he's not going to be able to touch me with his Giga Drain. But I mean, like, I could have probably preserved the Aggron for a future encounter, like, especially, like, you're going to see that there were Pokemon that Aggron would have been especially nice to have for, like, you know, the Rayquaza, you know, the Salamence or the Zekrom. But anyways, it's a-okay. I'm going to fire out the Fire Punch, and that's going to do some really juicy damage right there. And now, you know, I'm going to have to go for round 2. I probably should have anticipated he was trying to set up for the Leaf Storm here, which is going to pick up the KO on the Aggron, and that's tough. So now actually we lose one of our physical walls. Partly though, I wasn't playing too well. Should have just switched out into Goodra. That probably would have made sense. So anyways, Goodra's going to come out now. So I was like, alright, this makes sense. So like, he's not going to be able to touch me with his special attacks, especially with the Assault Vest. And, you know, actually not having any effective stab. So right here on the Sceptile, I was like, well, I mean, I may as well go for the Flamethrower. Now, this could have been actually detrimental if he went into Rayquaza, because then he would have kept Sceptile alive, and I would do literally no damage to the Rayquaza. But he actually stays in and goes for the Dual Chop. I'm happy we missed, or actually, well, I didn't go for Flamethrower. It looks like I clicked Sludge Bomb instead, which was a smarter move. I guess I even know I was tripping. But anyways, what was I trying to say? Yeah, if the Dual Chop hit, it probably would have done really good damage, because I mean, this Goodra it's not really that invested. I'd say it's not that invested physically, or maybe I'm tripping, but I'm pretty sure the Goodra has a lot of special attack and I guess some HP, and then the remaining, like, you know, EVs are in special defense. So, you know, like, it's not gonna like physical hit. So that Dual Chop probably would have done some chunky damage, to say the least. So anyways, here on the Zekrom, I go into the Glasgow, and I suffer for not having too much, you know, distribution in my physical defense. Instead, I'm pretty sure this Glasgow is fully HP and special defense, but it would have been really handy to have more physical defense here against the insane power of these legendary Pokemon. So anyways, I was thinking, well, there's a good chance I might actually outspeed here. Unfortunately, we don't though. The Zekrom is faster, and it's gonna do some really big damage there with the Dragon Claw. We do barely survive, which is lucky, because now we can kind of get to a comfortable place. Although at the same time, I know that there is some BS factor flowing around in the atmosphere, so I'm not trying to take the risk and get low enough to where Dragon Claw can actually KO with a critical hit. So anyways, we're gonna restore some more HP, and I was kind of thinking, well, what do I want to do here, because a critical hit probably will take care of me. I really don't want to play around with the Zekrom here. It's not something to laugh at. So I was thinking, well, I probably do want to get an Earthquake off, because that could probably go quite the distance, especially since our model could go in for the finish, or I could take the gamble and go into the Bruxish, depending on what I think is more productive. So anyways, here though, I actually probably could have just gone for the Roost, because you'll see that when he goes for his next Dragon Claw, well, I go for the Earthquake here just to take the damage I can get, but his next Dragon Claw doesn't get like the highest roll, so actually I probably would have been on an upward trajectory in terms of recovery, but it's alright. I mean, I'll take the damage, because it was pretty good damage right there, low enough to where something else can come in and finish the job against the Zekrom. So anyways, now I know Glasgow is going to go down. I was considering it was worth sacrificing Bruxish. Good thing I didn't, because you're going to see that it's actually pretty useful Pokemon in this game. So, because I was also thinking, I mean, Glasgow is such a good Pokemon. It's not really something you want to lose, especially in this full team of, like, overall below average Pokemon for the most part. So, I mean, like, Glasgow is an OU. I'm not just saying, like, OU instantly means more value, but, I mean, it's going to count for something, because, it has, like, useful tools that I could pull from it, and good matchups. Although I guess really against all these legendaries, it's not going to be as bulky and effective as it normally would be. So anyways, here I was calculating, so I'm starting to yawn. It's just I'm ready to go to sleep. But the Zekrom, I guess I go for the Earthquake. I let the Glasgow go down here, which is probably the sensible play, because I mean, there's no point really trying to switch out and maintain it, because I don't really think that this guy's gonna have a Pokemon where Glasgow with 69 HP would be able to heal in the face of. So because of that, I was like, well, I mean, it should go down here, and Bruxish is gonna come in. And at this point in the game, I was praying that this was not a fully PvP invested Zekrom, because this Bruxish does not have a Jolly Nature. So there's a chance that if he has a Jolly Nature, he could actually outspeed. But I was like, well, I mean, I don't know if he's necessarily going to have a Jolly Nature and the same speed investment that this Bruxish has. So I was willing to take the gamble, and that does pay off. And I'm glad I did that too, because it's a lot better of a situation than something like our Maldo, which would have probably died if it didn't come in. So anyways, your Waltall comes in, which is going to be immune to the Psychic Fang, so I can't do it, which is tough. And now I'm going to have to switch. And at this point too in the battle, I was praying once again, because against these legendaries, like, you're just going to have to hope that you have a good matchup here, because I mean, your Waltall could either be physical or special. Now most of the time it is special, and luckily this guy was running a special Waltall, because if he wasn't, it probably would have been pretty dangerous for me. So anyways, now I got to figure out what I'm going to do. I was calculating which move would be the best to use between Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, and Muddy Water. Sorry, second yawn. So anyways though, I actually might swap out Muddy Water for Dragon Pulse. Maybe not though, because I mean, this moveset would have been pretty good though against like most normal Pokemon. So it has, decent coverage. Now actually, if I had T-Ball, it would have been a lot better than Muddy Water, but unfortunately I don't. I decided to opt for the water type options. I thought that'd be more productive on Goodra, but it's alright. Maybe I'll switch that out later on when I get the opportunity to do that. So anyways, he's gonna go for the Dark Pulse. I'm pretty sure that actually does more damage than Oblivion Wing. I'm actually not too sure though, but the Flamethrower is gonna come out, because I figured that a burn would be the highest value status condition I could get here. And it does come out, although it's taking forever. I don't know what's up with the animation, but it does really good damage, and it's a critical hit too. I do like what I see. So I mean, I guess this Goodra is no joke. I mean, it does have the modest nature though, and like full special attacking investment. It's meant to hit pretty hard. So anyways, here I was like, well, I mean, I may as well take the gamble and go for the Draco Meteor, because even with the Oblivion Wing, I think it should still do enough to take care of the Waltall And luckily we also hit it, because there's a good chance you can miss that too, which is annoying and unfortunate, but you know, it is what it is. So anyways, we do land it, and we do take care of the Waltall, which is great, because now, you know, we definitely kind of, you know, got to a better position. So now the Salamence is going to come out. I mean, Goodra has done what it needed to do. All he has left are 2 Pokemon, both of which are Dragon types that outspeed Goodra, so there's no point keeping him alive, especially since both of them are physical. So, you know, there's no point. Like, Goodra's gonna have to go down there. And now it's time for the big guns to come out, the Bruxish, which is supposed to be, you know, an offensive powerhouse, and he doesn't have any switch in for the Psychic Fangs. So with the Strong Jaw, the Adamant Nature, the Choice Band, the Stab, this is gonna hit like a truck. And right here, it's actually gonna be enough to take care of the Salamence. It looks like almost a one shot after Star Rock damages, so that's really nice. And now the Rayquaza is gonna come out. It looks like this guy actually decided to panic here. He probably could have just gone for Dragon Claw and taking care of Bruxish, to where it would have just been a 1v1 with the Armaldo and a Rayquaza. But no, he went for the extreme speed, and he's not going to KO, so he dies right there to the Psychic Fang. So that right there is GG.